What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to
Well,
Good Pickins, episode 8, ain't it?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good deal.
we out here.
I'm
We
caught
out
up,
here.
guys. What's going on, everybody? How you doing, bro?
Dude, I am doing great, man. How are you doing?
Nice. I'm doing pretty good myself, man. Just got my listings done.
Yeah.
I'm running low on data, so I got to work in my storage shed, bring all my orders home, and connect to the Wi-Fi. But tomorrow, my
Oh,
plan starts over. So what I feel like I'm gonna do is just get more data, so that way, because I
yeah.
thought 15 gigs would be enough, but it ain't. So I'm gonna just up the data plan for next month, so that way I don't have to do this because it's made my day a bit longer. But
And
it's
that's
all
but
good.
that's data for everything that you do with your phone, right? You're hotspotting off your phone. Is
Right.
that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know if you had like a dedicated because I was gonna say, dude, 15 gigs for only doing reselling. That sounds like
Yeah.
you're using a lot, but
Well,
yeah, if you're that's
I
music, that's YouTube, that's
yeah, and then that's Zoom calls. I do a Zoom call an
yeah.
hour a day, every day.
Oh yeah. So that
Sometimes it's
yeah, that
actually an
eat
hour and a half. So yeah, I
yeah,
fly
that'll eat
right
up a lot
through
of
it.
bandwidth. Yep, for
Yeah, man.
sure, for sure. I
I
will
got an
say that
Go
what's
ahead.
that
I got an offer, $50 on this hat. I don't know if I
on the
should
Brooks
take
and
it or not.
Dunn?
No, not the hat, not that hat. It's
Okay.
this St. Louis Rams hat, logo
Oh,
athletic.
nice,
Uh, I got it listed for $90 though, man. But
nice. Was that a bin find?
I, no, my brother works at that thrift store, so he's like, "Man, I got some brand new logo athletic hats up here, man. You might want to come up here and get them." So I go up there and I get it. I
Yeah.
paid $7 for it, but it's a great hat, but I don't want to sell it. It's brand new with tags. Like I don't want to sell it for 50 if I can sell it for more. But
I
I
mean,
like
how
quick
long has it been
flips too,
listed
man.
for? You know?
3 days, no, 2 days.
Yeah. And what's well, okay, so you that's a factor, but also like your cost of goods is, you know, you have to think about how much you're multiplying
seven
your
bucks
cost of
it is.
good. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
but what
I'll
were we
let it
just
marinate
talking?
for another day.
I totally forgot what we're just talking about right before.
I'm
It's
sorry. It's all my fault, bro.
no, bro. It's
All
all
my
good.
fault.
It must have not been that cool or important. What's up, by the way, Gibby?
Uh, Babies, girls, what's going on? I really don't remember, man. These
I
things
don't
happen.
either.
That's the, that's the haps of doing a live show, man. You get sidetracked.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
So what do you
Yep.
think I should counter for, man? Maybe counter for like 75. I got it listed for 90.
I mean, let's. If there's somebody in chat that has some say in this too, like I'm kind of curious what chat has to say.
Yeah,
If
guys,
y'all,
and everyone in
what
the
do y'all
chat.
think? Yeah,
I
what do
got
y'all think
this.
the counter should be?
I got this St. Louis Rams hat. Let me pull the listing up so everybody can see it. I got this St. Louis Rams hat. I paid $7 for it. Gibby says 80. Uh, 80 is doable. I
I
think I
mean, what's
counted with
halfway?
halfway would be. I got it listed for 90, so halfway is 45. That's already more than halfway.
No, I'm saying halfway between what they offered you and what it was listed for. So if it was
Probably
50 and 90, it'd be
75.
70.
7
70,
70. Yeah. So yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
70.
I would hit back at 70. What's up, Miss Lachey?
Yeah. Hey,
How we
Mr.
doing?
Shea.
Thank you to Miss Lachey
That's my
for
girl.
dropping so much knowledge on me these last like couple weeks. For real,
Hey,
like
she's a straight rider, dude, for real.
she saw that I was doing the mini series and like trying to figure out books and stuff, and I was
Mhm.
just completely in the dark. Like I had watched maybe one or two other resellers that focus on books, and I was like,
Right.
okay, like I understand that like a lot of nonfiction or a lot of fiction is not that
Mhm.
great.
Right.
You know, you want to like get like cool college textbooks, and stuff like that. But other than that, I knew nothing. I knew absolutely
Right,
nothing. So
man.
she dropped a little knowledge on me on
Yeah, I know
in the
absolutely
comments.
nothing either. Which
So
it's funny because there's a reseller I know that's only books, like exclusively books, and she's
yeah,
making a killing, dude. Like her conversion rate is 3.1. That's high, dude. My conversion rate is 1.7. Like sales conversion rate. I don't know what yours is. Yours is probably a little bit higher, but I'm in the clothing category.
yeah,
I
right,
feel like
right.
books sell slow.
Like
I
I
don't
at
know.
one point when I was at 300, uh, wait, like you're talking about between like total listed and sales, right? Like 90-day.
I'm talking about the sales conversion rate. So like however many people see it, this percentage
Oh,
pays,
oh,
this percentage actually
yeah,
buys
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. I haven't looked at that metric in a while actually. So
Yeah. I kind
I
of look
feel
at
like,
my metrics all the time.
I mean, I would more if I was selling more of the same product over and over and over,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
Like
that makes sense.
if you had like a store that only sold keychains, like I
Yeah.
would say like, oh, maybe this keychain does better. It gets more sell through rate because it has a better
Right.
title or a better picture or whatever it may be. But I feel like majority of my stuff, except for clothing, like pretty much has the same
Yeah.
quality picture, same background, so on and
Makes
so
sense.
forth. So,
Yeah. What's going on, Harry? Appreciate you
what up,
coming hanging
Harry?
out.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
books sell quick for me in Facebook Marketplace. Okay.
Mm.
Well, there you go. If you ever
That's
decide
awesome.
to,
No, I'm gonna hit that up. I'm gonna hit that up because I
yeah,
mean, it's one of those things where like, I mean, we go to the same bins. Like
yeah,
you see book
there's a ton of
resellers
books there.
every single day,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
and they're filling up carts pretty much
Yep.
every single day. So
Definitely. There used to
there's
be
something there.
a lot more craze back there in that book section, but not as much anymore, which is good for you because you can get more books to flip and use for your mini series. What's going on,
Yeah,
Roman? Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Says what's
anytime
up to you
picker.
too.
I love that dedication. Just anytime. Like
Yeah, man.
if I'm like in my boxers, like drinking some chocolate milk at like
Yeah.
12 a.m., at midnight, like I'm still thinking about reselling. So I can
Right.
appreciate
Dude, I
that
dream about
name.
reselling. Like literally. I dream about accepting offers and stuff.
I've probably had that a reselling dream. Chat, have you guys
When
had a reselling dream?
right. Have
Like
you
I
ever
don't
had a
know.
dream about going to the bins and finding good stuff or not? Because I definitely dream about the bins all the time, dude. It's crazy. Like the night before, I'm like so anxious and I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I wonder what I'm gonna find. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
I feel
It's
like
so
every time
exciting.
I hype myself up like that, though, like I end up not really finding much except for like bread and butter. It's the days,
Well, I
you
only go
know.
once a week, so
Well, that's true too. That's true too.
mm,
But I still feel like the days that I go where I'm kind of like, I'm suffering from like weather depression. It's like cold and rainy. Those are like the
right.
worst days for me. I
Except
just
for
want to
this
stay in
last time.
bed. Except
The
for this
last
last
time when it
time, and I
was,
went and
yeah,
oh
you
my
killed
gosh,
it.
man! I just
Yeah.
sold today this morning. I sold that Diablo battle chest.
Nice. How much sold
I
for?
sold it for $80 plus
Nice.
they paid shipping too. So
That's what's up. Congratulations, bro. That's a great flip.
I probably could have held out for more, but I mean, it was just something where it was just like, man, I did so well on that haul that I just
Right.
wanted to move it all.
And I
So
knew you said that you had done good, but actually watching the video and all the stuff that you both of you guys were picking up was phenomenal, dude. Like it was crazy. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I honestly don't know the best game that other person had, but like I mean, they were pulling probably
Right.
$15-$20 games, almost everything that he showed
Consistently.
me.
Yeah.
So,
This is
you
up.
know,
It just
yeah.
goes to show you, man, there's plenty of money to be made there.
Yeah,
Roman says
yeah.
he's just naturally anxious. I
I
am
mean,
too, bro.
yeah.
I think
That's the human
that's the way the
condition,
world
bro.
is nowadays. Right.
Yeah.
So what'd you find today? Anything good?
Today I actually found a sleeper for myself anyway.
Okay.
Naturally I tend to pick up anything small and electronic that looks
Right.
expensive. And today was nothing short of that. Like I found a bunch of GPS related. I found a fish finder today,
Okay. Like you put
which
on your
was
boat?
yeah, yeah, like you would
Okay.
put on the front of your boat, like
Nice.
or whatever. It ended up not being very much. I actually parted it out,
Oh,
and I'm gonna sell it that way. But anyway, I found a Garmin GPS that is for cycling,
right.
and it's like an $80 to $90 GPS. And the more and more that I personally get into cycling, whether that be like road biking or mountain biking,
Hmm.
I find that things are expensive, even
Yeah.
used. So like if you
Yeah.
guys find anything cycling related, except
It's a
for
good
helmets,
niche.
yeah,
Yeah.
helmets are
Helmets are,
weird though because
yeah.
they
Nobody wants
they
to
have
buy it because they don't know if it's been crashed.
that and they have an expiration date. I found out.
Oh,
So
wow. I didn't
after a
know that.
certain amount of time, like you're not supposed to wear a helmet because
Mm,
I guess the integrity degrades over time. I
right.
could be
That
wrong.
makes sense.
Somebody that knows more
It's
about
like dry
bikes
rot
might
on a
know.
shoe, probably.
It kind of, yeah, kind of. That would be pretty
I could see
similar.
that being an issue.
I mean, you're instead, but like this is also protecting your dome when you're
Right.
crashing, so like
Yeah,
it's a
you
little
shouldn't be
different. But
playing no games with it.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah,
yeah, man.
I have found so many bicycle helmets in the bins that I thought would be valuable and they weren't.
Dude,
Even
you
if it's like
use
a
your
high end
bicycle
name.
helmet though. If you
What's
ride
that?
a bike, are you wearing a helmet?
I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. Like, there was a part of me that was just like, I could donate these helmets or something, like, because they're
Yeah.
super cheap, like to somebody that is in need of a helmet, because I'm
I'm
sure
just saying.
there's, you
I've
know,
never worn a helmet riding a bike though, is what I'm saying. I probably should have. Don't get me wrong. I've had a
oh
couple of bike
no, I
accidents, but
yeah, I was right there with you, man. Like I growing up, that was like unheard of, but
yeah, it
now that
wasn't
I'm
cool.
an adult and
Right.
responsible,
Is
like
that, and I care about my life now.
I care
Yeah,
about my body being injured because, bro, when you
right.
get injured in your 30s, you're just like,
Your
you
dog
know.
made a cameo.
Oh yeah, what's up,
Tanks
Tank?
just
How you doing,
posted up
dog?
in the background. What's up, big
Hi,
dog?
bud. Come here. He doesn't. He used to like jump up on my chair during my live streams when I was on
Yeah,
Twitch, and
he's
now he
out of
doesn't do
here.
it
He's like,
anymore.
I'm
He's
gone, man.
camera shy now.
That's
He's
crazy. It's all good. Yeah. So, we were talking about before the show. This book, the Fahrenheit. What was it called?
oh
411.
yeah, Fahrenheit 451.
Tell me about that. Yeah, four. I said
So
411.
I
Must be thinking about that movie Fahrenheit 9/11.
yeah, exactly. So I found it sealed, and I thought it looked like a part of a set, and
I'm sorry, man. Sonny says I wear a helmet. I ride a helmet walking across the street just to check the mail. What's up, Sonny, man? What's up, nephew? I wear a
yo,
helmet. Okay,
Sonny,
go
if
ahead.
that's what you got to do.
Hey, rough Vegas streets, man. You never know.
hey, they
Hey,
drive kind
Regina
of
Shore,
crazy
what's
out
going
there.
on?
They kind of drive kind of crazy out there in Vegas.
It's a
That's
crazy
real
city,
talk.
man.
I mean,
Sonny's mom,
it's no New York City, but
right. Hey,
it's still
it's a different type of vibe, though. You know what I mean?
it is it definitely
Okay,
is.
yeah. So book.
But yeah, so the book, so it was sealed like in a
Mhm.
sleeve. So it kind
Okay,
of looked like it might have been part of a set or something like that, like a bigger set,
right.
like it had a bigger sleeve to it.
Mhm.
But it ended up being just a book by itself, but it was so the book Fahrenheit 4, I'm pretty sure it's 451. I could be messing that up. I can't remember now, but I'm pretty
Right.
sure it's 451. It was published back in the 50s or 60s. I can't remember,
Okay.
but they re-released it underneath the same author and stuff,
Mhm.
but just with like a newer publishing company, and they made it obviously like this nice hardback and like all this and that.
Right.
So yeah, but it was interesting because I was so thrown off by how many comps were not in the States, but every
Mhm.
comp, regardless of which country it sold in, either here or the UK, were all well over
Right.
$100. So I was like,
Nice.
there's no way that I could lose out on this. It might take a
Yeah,
while to
definitely.
sell if I sell it on
Right.
eBay, but I found it in the bins while shooting for the miniseries. And if anyone's here right now that doesn't know about the miniseries, I'm trying to take a bunch of really, really, really
Right.
cheap media, like under 50 cents for each item of media, and taking it to half price books and getting a video game grail. That's the
So
goal. But
tell them what half price books is for people that don't know.
oh yeah, sure. So half price books, I think they're pretty countrywide. I could be wrong
I've
about
never
that,
heard of
but
it until your video stream, your series. So
oh,
no, it's
okay,
not.
okay. Well, okay. Let me rephrase. They're in most major cities. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
sure. But you can go in there, and they don't only do just books. They do video games. I found out the other day that they do Pokemon cards. They do Legos.
Nice.
But they're mostly, obviously, a bookstore. Like that is what their focus is. So,
Okay.
yeah. But the goal is, basically to get they have Pokemon Red and Blue in box complete. So
Hmm.
that's the goal to go in there. But the thing that also
Roman says
sucks
he's
is
got one 2 minutes away from him. So I guess I'm just the
yeah.
only loser with one that's not in my town, huh?
I mean, you live in a smaller town, so
I do.
But I mean, you're in St. Louis semi often, so I'm surprised you've never
Enough.
heard of it. Yeah, I'm
Right.
surprised you've never heard of it. But yeah, so it's a cool little place, but they don't do trade in credit versus like straight up sale credit. They just
Right.
only do sales. Like they'll just give you cash. So that
Okay.
kind of sucked. But yeah, anytime Picker says they're overpriced to buy to resell mine at least. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not getting rich overnight by selling the half
Right.
price books. But it's just kind of cool to like
Like,
offload some media that we don't typically sell really fast, because like we'll just throw some stuff in the booth and do it that way. But it was
right.
mainly for the Blu-rays that I come across. And what's hilarious, in true fashion, I
Mhm.
was not surprised. I was like, I'm gonna find a lot of those Blu-rays that I've passed up over the over the months, because like I've
Right.
left so many Blu-rays behind. And now that I'm doing the
Now you
miniseries,
can't
I'm
find
not finding.
none.
Yeah,
Of course. That's how.
yeah.
Of course, that's how it goes. Because
I'm.
it's got to be ironic, or else it just wouldn't be life.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly,
Sonny
exactly.
says he's
But
never heard of it, but there's a lot of Vegas he doesn't know about. So,
oh dang, okay. I guess Sonny just stays in the resale lane. He's
well, he's
he's
not even
got the
he's not
blinders on.
originally from Vegas either, though. So, like, I think
Oh,
he's like
that's
from
right.
Texas and or Hawaii or all of the above.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he said they have good vinyl records also.
Yeah, yeah. I got a share vinyl this morning. I'm ruining an episode right now. I got a share vinyl this morning. And I'm also kind of ruining the episode talking about this book, but it's fine. It's totally fine. So we'll see if
Well,
I can,
there's
because
not
vinyls are very light too. So yeah,
right.
well,
Not all of your subscribers are here, bro. Like, it's not
that's
ruined.
true.
Trust me, it's
That's
okay.
that's true. That's true. That's true. I mean, I'm just either way, you guys
So
got
yeah, I guess Sonny Googled it and checked. He said none here, just check, but I'm sure there's something similar. Roman says, Sonny, yours is probably inside of one of the casinos.
yeah, right.
Zesty Pickles.
Yeah,
Hey, Zesty.
I know that there's hi by the way, sweetheart. I know that there is a place called Bookman's. So
Never heard of
Bookman's
that either.
they take everything like electronic related and
Right?
like musical instruments, video games, of course, stuff like that. So like there was another
Yeah.
channel that's very similar to Zesty and Mines, where they were taking like musical instruments that they would find at the regular
Right.
thrifts and trading them in, at there, and getting their video game collection up from that. So,
Okay.
you know,
So that's
yeah.
kind of like cheap find gold mines. Do you know who they are?
No, I've never heard of them.
It's a couple. Corbin, and something I can't remember his old lady's name, but they like go all around and they kind of do the Phoenix resale model where they go to like thrift stores or pawn shops or even retail arbitrage and
Yeah,
buy predominantly video games and video game related stuff, and then they'll take it certain places and trade up on certain things. But they're pretty big, as far as doing volume at least, so I've learned a lot from
yeah,
them, and I don't even sell video games.
yeah.
Just
Well, I
because I
mean,
was doing some Googling and people seem to say that HPBV stock places tend to pay out 25% of what they will end up selling the product for. That sounds a little high,
that sounds.
honestly, but hey, that's not bad.
I mean, that sounds pretty much
Or they
what we're
don't make it
getting
accept.
for our items. Like that sounds pretty close.
Yes, Zesty, good job on the video the other day. That is very true. I was just telling Nabiar earlier that I watched the video, although I don't comment sometimes because I watch you guys' videos on my way to work in the morning.
It's
First thing
dangerous.
I do.
It's
It is
we don't
dangerous,
want.
but it's better than me trying to like leave a comment while driving. I can watch the video while driving.
I mean,
I,
that's fair, but still, I mean, I think we would prefer you to pay attention.
right. Well, in all fairness, it's like watching a GPS. If you can watch a GPS while driving, you can watch a YouTube video while driving. You
That's
kind of
fair.
just listen more than you watch.
No, yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that.
Sonny says Roman won $382 the other day off $5. Nice. Went again the next day and lost $200. Dude, for anybody that doesn't know, I used to be severely addicted to gambling. Like I'm talking about so bad, guys, like $3,000-$4,000 a day at the casino. So I'm glad I
What?
got over that addiction. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
man.
a lot of money.
It's crazy. It's a lot of money, dude. But I was not a good person back then. So I had tons of money laying around.
Yeah.
Uh all things good girls, we'll be recording more episodes with Naviar soon. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sonny, that sounds familiar. I've done that before. Yeah, man. You gotta leave while you're up, even if it's just $10. Sorry I'm
I
late,
mean,
guys. Was prepping for my youngest minion's birthday. That's what's up.
yeah, that is what's up, Hillary. Happy birthday to the minion.
Do you ever go
Uh,
gambling, Nabiar?
bro, so here's the thing. Like, I think it's important to remember that you're being entertained, right? Like, gambling is a
Right.
form of entertainment unless you're addicted to it. That's a
Yeah.
whole scenario
Yeah. It was not
in
fun.
itself.
It was not.
Yeah, right, right. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm
at
glad
the
I
end of
got
the
over it too,
day,
Sonny.
I mean, you're being entertained. Like when I went to a bachelor party in Las Vegas
Mhm.
and we walked the first casino we walked into, the whole
Mhm.
entire, well, not the whole entire bachelor party, but a good chunk of the bachelor party all put $100 on
Yeah.
roulette in one throw. Like that was just like
Mhm.
that to us was like, all right, we're being a little crazy right now,
Right.
but we are in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But like at home,
Right.
like, if I lose like $80 or $60, like
Mhm.
whatever, I was entertained for an hour or two,
Right.
so like
Yeah.
that's fine. But I
Yeah,
do
man. It
enjoy
was
gambling. I love
it
sports
was
gambling.
horrible for me, dude. Like I'd go in there and bet like $100 on each spin on the slot machine and just $100, bam, $100, $100, hundred. Like literally in less than 5 minutes, I'd spend $2,000.
That to me is
It was
wild
crazy.
because I get
Uh,
zero thrill from slots. Zero thrill. So,
and and I used to never gamble, and then I went from like lottery tickets, and then went from lottery tickets to all right, let's go to the casino and let's try some slot machines or let's try blackjack. I won blackjack. I played my first time and I won like $1,000, so I was hooked. But I never really
yeah,
won anything
yeah,
else after that. Like $400 after that, and then that was it. But like
yeah.
a buddy of mine, his dad, man, was like severely addicted. He lived in off of Delmar, where the mansions are, like
Yeah.
past like the loop, like
Yeah.
on the good side of Delmar, not in the hood. He
No,
lived over
I
there
know
in those
I know
mansions.
exactly.
Million
Yeah, I know
dollar
exactly.
house, dude. Lights got cut off all the time because he would take the bill
Wow.
money and go gamble with. Yeah, so it's crazy, man.
Woo.
It's a severe bad addiction. It's probably the worst addiction I ever had. Like drugs was even better than that. At least I still had money to pay my bills on drugs.
Right, right.
Well done
Man,
overcoming your addiction, Marcus. Man, I've overcome a lot of addictions, guys. Like, come a long freaking way, man. I gamble
and that's a
knowing I
beautiful
can
thing.
afford to lose. Definitely like to win, but that's gambling and always have money aside to play with. Yeah, man, I did too, but I would just go there and like blow copious amounts of money. And then it wasn't only me. It was my girlfriend too at the time. So there was two of us going. So I'd blow like $4,000. She'd blow like $2,000, $3,000. Like it was a pretty hefty addiction. Cost a lot of money.
That those are the types of people that the casino love. They're like, please come back. Here's a free room. Here's a free
Right.
breakfast. Yeah,
Oh, I had
like,
comps and
you know.
meals and stuff. There's this is Cape, dude. There's no hotels down here for casinos. There's one casino, no
Oh
hotel.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was thinking
so
that you were in St. Louis at this time.
no, I've gambled in
Okay.
St. Louis too, but I mean, it was quite a long ways just to go lose money and then mess around and be stuck up there. Hillary says
Yeah.
Marcus is spending money on slots like someone who doesn't read product descriptions while
Ah!
buying hype shoes on eBay. Exactly. Right. That's so true.
That's good. That's good. Man,
Yeah.
can we just talk about how Hillary's had some banger comments these last couple
Yeah, definitely.
podcasts?
That's what's up. Came through in the clutch.
Yeah.
Uh, one says, I can't count, so I don't do tables. I'm an artist and stick to pictures. But I
I
can
mean,
see that.
listen, Sonny. Like, I mean, I think that counting takes the fun out of gambling, right? Like, if you were
Right. It's
really
supposed
like
to be automated.
any able-minded person can probably teach themselves like how to count rather well. But like,
Right.
what's the fun in I mean, yes, like you are sort of playing this like dangerous game. It's like you versus the
Yeah.
casino. Are they ever gonna find out? Sort of thing. I get that. All
Yeah.
right, like live out your fantasy or whatever. Like make some bucks. But like if you're making serious money counting cards, like
Yeah.
they're gonna find out. They're going to find
Of
out.
course. Even if they don't suspect you of it, they're going to suspect you of it.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. I agree.
That's awesome,
I
Marcus. Look
agree.
at you now inspiring all kinds of people. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Bro, that's
So
real
you
talk
can use
though.
the book when playing blackjack with instructions. Yeah.
Well, you can use the odds calculator. So like you can use that, you can have a book, but like you can't count. You can use every like tool, but you cannot count. right?
Hilary
Like,
says she has a smart sense of humor because she's got 4 kids. Makes sense. Hey, Anita, appreciate you
what's
coming
up,
hanging
Nita?
out with us. We're talking about
Yeah.
gambling and addictions with gambling. The best thing in casinos is free drinks if you play. Not here. They don't give you free
Yeah.
drinks here in Missouri.
Yep. Not in Missouri. That was
Ain't no
one
free
beautiful thing about
drinks.
Las Vegas, man, was like,
Yeah,
oh, you could just go into any casino. Like,
I'm
that's
dead.
a lot what we did was just kind of flop from casino to casino
Right.
and
Getting free booze.
get the free booze. And yeah, it
Sonny
was,
says not counting like that. Like I got to use my fingers and toes to count
oh,
like 5 times. Oh, also
that's
forgetful. I'm
hilarious.
super forgetful.
That's hilarious, Sonny.
Yeah, we all love your sense of humor. Uh, yeah. My biggest gambling lately is picking up electronics at the bins.
That's
I was just telling
always,
somebody about that today, man. I was like, it's kind of hit or miss because they were asking why I decided to niche down on like clothing. I was like, well, for instance, I go to the thrift store here. I pay $5 at the cheapest, $4 for a pair of jeans. $4 for shirts. So if I get 231 items, and let's just do the math, because if I get I list 231 items a week, right? So 231 times $4, we'll call it, is $924 a week that I got to spend on inventory. But if I go to the bins, right, I just got, let's just call it $2. 231 times 2 is 462. That's half the cost, bro. And I get a whole week's worth of
yeah.
listings. So they're like, well, what's your favorite part about the bins? And what made you, what do you, why do you pick up clothing? I was like, well, because when I first went and started going to the bins, I would never pick up clothing because I just didn't want to list it. And I didn't like the bins at first because all the electronics were either broken or like in really rough condition, or I had to test them. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't test all the
Yeah.
functions without bringing stuff home and doing a full, thorough check on it. Then
Yeah.
it turned out to be broken. Like one thing wouldn't function on it that it needed to do. So I was like, I stopped going to the bins for a while until I started sourcing clothing. Then I was like, it makes no sense to go anywhere else but the bins for clothing in
Oh,
copious
yeah.
amounts, at $1.39 a pound. So that's why
Yep.
I go there all the time now, because it makes more sense for me to go there than it does to go to the thrift.
Well, it's $1.59 a pound. They upped it
Whatever.
semi recently, but either
Oh yeah,
way, I mean,
yeah,
it's insanely cheap. Like,
right, right.
I mean,
Compared to the thrift,
if I were to ever switch gears to only clothing, like, you better believe I'd be rubbing elbows
right.
with Marcus.
It
Like,
makes it makes no sense for me to source anywhere else now, unless I'm going to start hiring someone to source for me. Then I understand paying up a little bit, but I'd still prefer that they go to the bins and get it, because if you're trying to go to the thrift store and then sell me items at the price that I'm trying to buy it at, it's not going to work. You're going to lose money, and I'm
yep,
not paying over a certain amount.
right,
Roman says, "Don't
exactly.
ever pick up VCRs at the bins; they never work." I have to correct you
Ah,
on that, my friend.
I do
I
too.
did
I
buy.
do too.
I bought a DVD VCR recorder at the bins, and it worked. Uh, didn't have a remote, but it did work.
I think,
Sold it
actually,
for
hold
80
on.
bucks.
Are you playing your VCR right now? Zesty's playing her VCR right now that I picked up like 3 days ago.
See,
So,
see, you are corrected, my
but
friend.
I mean, but I do test my VCRs. Like, if anyone's curious, like, if you haven't seen my videos of me testing one, like, I will run a VHS tape through that thing, like,
Yeah,
to the T. Like, I will make sure that it rewinds, it stops, it plays, it does
right. Does
everything back to
everything.
back to back. Like,
You ain't
I do
watching
make
no
sure.
whole movie on it though.
Well, no, that's true. That is true. But as long as it spits it back out good,
Right.
like, I'm good. So, I mean, granted, yes, I have myself pared down on picking up bigger items, and that includes VHS players and stuff like that. But
Right.
I mean, as long as you have a working outlet in your bins, which, by the
Which we
way,
do.
we do, but I feel like the ones that have worked in the past are no longer working. So now it's like a funny game of, like, trying to figure out which outlets work now. I
Right.
don't know. So
Sonny says, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
was just gonna say, I just gotta ask one of the employees, and they'll tell me, hopefully.
Yeah. Plus, man, that place is in the hood, dude. Like it might work this week and might not work next week.
Oh yeah,
So
100%. Like, The ones that I used to use when I first started going there were the ones like backed by the
Mhm.
media, like up on the wall,
Right.
and they're
Yeah.
so sketchy. Like I don't know how I don't shut down the entire building
Yeah.
by plugging something into one of
Or
those things. Like
short.
they're,
Right.
yeah, oh yeah, like
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Uh, say each one sells for $5. That's over a grand bank. Yeah, that's my
yeah,
model because like I work solely on volume. So there's items that I'll get where I might only make $5 profit after selling it. You know what I mean? But when if I sell 10 of those a day, that's still $50 on just low dollar items. You know what I mean? Mix that
yep.
in with the other $20 plus sales. It's a decent day.
Yeah, I mean, it's I
Uh,
akin that to like I'm sure that some people don't pick up like TV remotes anymore. I still pick them
right.
up because like they're super low cost, they're super easy to test,
Yep.
and like they'll
Really,
still
really
make me
easy to
$10
test.
a piece, you know, like
Right.
so
Yep. And there's
I
nothing
don't
wrong
know.
with that, man. That business model works, for me at
Like
least.
I remember when I first started like hearing about reselling and people were like
Mhm.
remotes are the thing. And
They
then like
were
they were until they got flooded into the
right.
market of eBay and every other platform. And now they went
Yep.
from like $20 remotes, $25 remotes to like $10 remotes.
Dude, I
And then
found
people
some
stopped picking them up.
$45 remotes before.
Oh, sure, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
It literally says the
Absolutely.
only electronics that I pick up at the bins now is ones that sell for parts.
I
That's the
mean,
safest way to do it.
yeah.
Even if it does work all the way, you could still pick it up and list it, as for parts
Yep.
or only, there's certain things that I've listed just sometimes I haven't even tested it. I just list it for parts right off the flip because I don't have the
Yeah.
components to test it. Like receivers, I don't have the proper stuff to even test a receiver. So I'm listening
Yeah.
it as is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
receivers
sourced
are tough,
sourced
man.
much for clothing yet. Been more selective at thrift stores, but am hitting garage sales. Let's go, man. I love garage sale season. Although they're
Yeah.
going up in my area, dude. $20 for jeans at a yard sale. What are you guys smoking, man?
What
This isn't
is this?
eBay.
Is this a Goodwill now?
Right.
What are
Or
we
like you
doing
go to
here?
those yard sales with eBay signs on the merchandise, like sells, and it's not even a sold listing, it's an active listing where someone's asking $100 for a pair of Faded Glory jeans. You know what I mean? Like nobody's gonna
Yeah.
sell it for that.
No, no. Just because it's up for like I can price, you know, a CD, a common CD for
I can
$100
ask
doesn't mean it's
whatever I
gonna sell
want.
for me.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
like yeah.
Your Benz is
But no,
better. I never have luck with my Benz. Yeah, we got a good Benz.
we I think sometimes I take it for granted. You know, I really do, especially because it's so
Right.
close to my house. Like that's
Yeah, I
that's
definitely I envy you, my friend. I would
hey
love to be able
man,
to go to the Benz every single day.
hey
I
St.
mean
Louis is
I
gonna welcome
could.
you back, bro.
Man, dude, I want to move back home so bad, dude. I'm really considering it too, man. Um, I've even started looking for like places to move to that are close to storage units, so I don't have to
That's a
travel
smart
far.
idea. That's a smart idea. Yo, bro, it would
uh,
be sick if we could like find a big space for us to like share. I think that'd be really
to
cool
work
too.
as an office space or like a
Yeah, that'd be
working space,
cool.
that would be
That'd
lit,
be
dude.
cool.
Definitely.
Well, I think
S-
especially like for Zesty because she's been talking so much about having like a brick and mortar space that's not the booth,
mhm,
you know, but like an actual
right.
dedicated space that she could like curate. So it'd be really cool to like have a space that has like a storefront or it
Yeah,
could be converted into a storefront and then have like the back
definitely.
space as sort of a work area, sort of
Yeah.
creative area even, you know, like for
And
videos and
I'm
stuff or
sure
whatever, you know.
with the
Pretty cool.
gentrification going on around there like it is,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some dirtball cheap building we can get that's got more than enough space for that.
I literally said basically the same exact thing to Zesty. I was like, there's gotta be a building where like rats are living in and like,
Right.
you know, there's busted out windows and like
Yep.
we could just make it our own, you know?
Yep. It's right there around the corner from the Benz on Vista. Like
Yeah.
right there at
Yeah.
that stoplight.
Oh, there's
No
more than
rubbing
one.
elbows needed. Cause no rubbing elbows needed because used apparel at the Benz usually aren't new and not as much available, which is why I sold apparel for years. I thought you still did though, Sonny. Gotta love hearing Marcus making sales while live. Cha-ching. Marcus, is that you cha-ching? And I've heard so. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
me.
I just went and liked the video, so it will happen for me. Hey, let's go. Let's see if it happens.
I yeah,
Usually that works on Rachel Strickland's channel,
it's
and it's
worked
super
on
easy
this
to
channel
cheat.
before too.
Yeah.
So, you
Roman
know.
sold 3 remotes today. Let's go. That's what
See?
I'm talking about.
See?
What's
That's what
the
I'm
highest
talking
dollar
about.
remote you've sold, man?
And what
What
brand
kind?
do you
Yeah,
venture
what
away
brand?
from? Away from Sony? Because I only strictly pick up Sony now. Like I don't
I
even mess
picked up
with
an
anything else.
RCA Universal remote, and it's still sitting. It's
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
new. It's
yeah.
like, wah, wah. Dude, I donated so much crap today. I cleared out like 100 listings out of my store and
Wow.
donated them all. Like my whole little bitty car was filled up with all types of junk. They're like, you donated some good stuff. And I was like, I got most of it from here. Well, you guys can have it back. Go sell it to someone else.
Yeah.
What kind of posh yard sales you going to that asks $20 for used jeans? Country bumpkin yard sales down here in the sticks. You want
They're trying to
$20
make
for a
their
pair of
dollar.
Wranglers. Yeah, they're making more than $1. I think it's like brand new prices for Wrangler jeans. Wrangler jeans at Walmart cost like $14. They're selling them for 20.
Right, right.
Had a
No,
person today who was doing garage sales showing me eBay sold comps on a couple things. People getting smarter every year. It's our fault. We're telling all the secrets.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Blame us.
anytime
Blame
I
us.
went to a yard sale last week that had someone quoting eBay prices. I just noticed all the stuff they were trying to sell at my local Savers the other day. Yeah, they got rid of it at Savers because wasn't nobody buying it.
Listen, like Zesty and I recently had a garage sale. We talked about it
Hmm.
briefly on one of the previous podcasts, but like we
Right?
we made money on some things, but the vast
Yeah,
majority of that, like we were happy to break even. And
yeah,
like, you know, I'm sure that there were people that came and bought. I know for a fact there were people that came
hmm,
and bought from us to make money, and I'm
yeah,
sure they made money. But
yeah.
it was just more like we were just trying to clear inventory, and that should be the
Right?
same mentality of anybody having a yard sale or garage sale.
Yeah, yep.
Clear out the crap in your house for a
Exactly.
decent price. Like,
So
because like we didn't set out to make profit at our garage sale. We just so
right,
happened to have made profit.
right.
So,
So like for me and my ex girlfriend, like we both resell, and we would get a table apiece at our little community yard sale, and I would be like, make me an offer. What do you want to pay for it? Like just let me know. Because in my head, I'm like, I just want to get rid of all this stuff and I don't want to put none of it back in the crib. I'm not out here
yeah,
trying to maximize my profits. I'm not trying to get top dollar at a yard sale. But her, on the
yeah,
other hand, she's like, I've got $15 on those jeans and that's what I want for it. And I'm like, you're never going to sell those at 15 bucks. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, at the end of the day, me, I have a yard sale to liquidate stuff that's taking up space. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was a bad buy or I've had it listed for a long time on eBay and it's not going to sell. So, that's what I look at yard sales as. I'm not trying to put none of it back up because it's already a lot of work setting it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, I
it's just
mean,
different
like
types of people.
Zesty and I pretty much have a permanent box now. One for redonate and one for garage sale. And
Right.
if it's good enough, to sell at a garage sale and potentially make a couple dollars, it's gonna go
Yeah.
in the garage sale pile. But if
Right.
it's just absolutely just like okay, like
Trash.
this, it was beyond repair. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there were some shoes that I picked the other day from the bins, and I was like, I can get this stain out. I can get this stain out. I totally could not get that stain
Yeah.
out, and I was like, well, that's redonate, And so
Right.
it's like
Right.
if we just keep those bins going, like we can then cycle through. I
Of
mean,
course.
there is stuff that's like our kind of long term project. I have like a long term project shelf, where I keep
Yeah. I
like
ain't doing none of
video
that.
game consoles and stuff, that I
Yeah.
know that I can repair. Well, and I
Right.
kind of maybe want to make content down the line about the stuff
Okay. I
too,
could
but
see that.
that's another conversation, right? But
Right.
but either way, I mean, it's nice to have like this organization now where we can kind of determine whether an item is or like even for the booth, there's some
Right.
stuff that like if it never sells on the eBay store, like
You can put it in the booth.
we'll demote it to the booth, and then if it doesn't sell at the
Right. And
booth,
then if it doesn't sell
then
there,
it
you
goes to the
demote it
garage
somewhere
sale.
else.
And then if it
Nice.
doesn't sell at the garage sale, then it's definitely getting
Yeah.
redonated or going in the trash. I mean,
Yeah,
depending, but
I had stuff that made it through 3 or 4 different yard sales and didn't sell, and I was like, "Well, this is
oh,
it's just not going to
dude,
sell."
I would stop after like two. Like if it doesn't sell after
I
two,
was
like
determined, bro. Like I had just gotten
yeah,
started. I was like, "I'm gonna get rid of this stuff," but I didn't get
yeah,
rid of that stuff. Hillary
yeah,
asked you, Ray, are you planning on hitting up more yard sales this year? You had some nice
yeah.
scores last summer.
Listen, it's so hard as a content creator to create, evergreen content and
Right.
one up yourself. Like that
Hmm.
Nintendo haul that we had last year was honestly insane, like in
Right.
pure insanity. I wonder if we're gonna top the quality of that haul for that price. I wonder
Yeah,
if it's gonna
man. That's
happen.
one of
So
the things about making YouTube videos, about finding grails and like great scores and like you'll hit gold, and then like your next three videos will just be, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
I can't help
that's
it,
the life.
guys. Like it's just the way the cards
Yeah,
fall, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it is what it
Like
is.
if I could hit $1,000 NES fines for 150 bucks every weekend,
Yeah,
I mean,
it'd be great.
like, yeah, yeah,
I feel like that only
exactly.
happens to the big people for some reason though.
I mean,
People need to sell their stuff at garage sales to just get rid of stuff that they don't need. Why are they doing garage sales then to just keep everything that will not sell again? Exactly. That's why
yeah,
I'm just trying to
me
fire
make it.
sell. Everything must go.
You can make an eBay store. Nothing's stopping you. Like if you're going to
Right.
show me eBay prices, nothing is stopping you from creating an eBay account. You can go ahead and
Exactly.
sell it
Because
on
that's
there.
where you're going to get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But people don't want to
yeah,
do the work, man. They don't want to spend the time that it takes to list an item and, they don't want to pay Uncle
yeah,
Sam, so like they want to do
yeah.
eBay. And I know a lady, dude, like she has like three storage units, um, like in this neck of the woods, and she'll post up and her husband comes out and helps her, and she'll be posted up. She's got shelves and racks and a cash register and everything at these storage units, and she just sells out of the storage units. During the wintertime, she just buys all inventory. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and she's
yeah,
making good money at it, but she does want a lot for someone that's selling out of a storage unit.
uh, yeah, exactly. I mean, but
Um,
hey, I mean, good for them for setting up what they have. And by the
and
way,
she's been doing
Hillary,
it for years.
well, and that's also probably a comfort thing. Like she doesn't want to get out of her comfort zone. She's like, I know I
Right.
can make enough doing this, whatever. But to answer your question really quick, Hillary, yes, we are filming this Saturday. Zesty and I are filming this Saturday,
Nice.
yard sailing. So be on the lookout this coming week for some yard sale videos.
Hey, Ella, what's going on?
What up, Ella?
Uh, Mrs. Lachey says people have yard sales for various reasons. It's not always to clear out the crap. I do them often. Some stuff to clear out, and some stuff I don't want to ship. Just be reasonable on prices. Yeah,
Yep.
and there's been times where um, I've had yard sales just to have one, not necessarily because I wanted to, but because my ex wanted to, and I just pull out some stuff, that is still valuable enough to sell. I bought my Rolo printer at from yard sale profits. You know what I mean? It all depends, but for the most part, I'm doing a yard sale because I got too much stuff in the way, and I get tired of moving it around and trying to walk around it, in my storage units to get to other stuff. So I usually have a yard sale because I need space. That's just me though. But yeah, like everyone's got
Yeah.
their own reasons for having it.
No, I do agree with that, Miss Lachey. Like, I think there was some DVD VCR combos that I was just like, I don't want to ship this,
Right,
and
right.
so yeah, like I put it out at the garage sale, and I think one that I had out there, even the DVD drive was acting funky, and somebody still
Yeah,
bought it for a decent price, probably more than I paid
nice.
for it by the poundage at the bins.
That's what's
So
up.
yeah,
Hillary's excited. She says, "Yes, I love watching yard sale videos. It's fun to watch in the same way as Ben's videos. The thrill of the hunt." So for me, Ben's videos are funner to make versus yard sale videos because there's so much dead space. There's so much like just me like walking and looking
yes,
through stuff, and then people wonder why you're filming in their house, and like
yes,
if you're watching me pilfer through the stuff and I'm not saying anything, it can get boring, and I feel like my average view duration isn't as long. And even Mikey Bags of Money was like, you need to talk over your dead space, and I'm just like, I feel weird in someone's house just talking to myself essentially. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably looking at me like, what's that guy doing over there? Like I'm talking to this camera, like
I mean, you
don't
have
talk
to kind
to
of
me.
like you have to like you have to like read the room a little bit, right? Like if
Right.
you kind of I try to like make I try to create rapport with the sellers as quickly as
Right.
possible. And just be friendly with them. So
Yeah.
when they do overhear me talking about, oh, I love all of these horror VHS,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't think I'm a serial killer just talking
Right.
to myself about
Yeah.
how I about how
Right.
I love all this murder,
There's-
these murder
They're like, get
tapes,
out of my house right now.
but yeah,
Yeah.
so like but it is about like reading the room and just kind of understanding the scenario that you're
Right.
in is because yeah, I mean there are a lot of times where you do have dead space and like
Yep.
yes, you could voice over, but sometimes like even with voiceover,
It takes a
you
lot
don't
of work
remember
too.
exactly what you were thinking at the time and
Yeah.
yes, it is extra work too. But yeah, I mean it's always
It's
interesting
already
for
a lot
sure.
of work for
But
me editing a yard sale video. None of less time about adding something to it.
well, yeah, I mean, like there are successful YouTube channels that don't narrate any of their garage sale finds.
Yeah. Like
They might put some text up,
yeah.
or whatever, or they'll talk about the haul after the fact,
Yeah.
which you're gonna do. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's all relative. It's all relative. I mean,
Yeah.
so
I make what I enjoy making, and it's been working. So that's what I'm gonna do.
yeah, that's
When
all.
he says I don't
That's
talk
all
at
there is to it.
times, but add words in the vid to help the storyline. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah,
Like when you're at your Goodwills, you'll like do voiceover and explain things as you go along, and that
yeah,
works. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, but me personally, I don't have that much time to be able to. My days are already so full, guys. Like for real.
yeah.
Uh, like I literally just got done doing my listings and then hopped right on a live, and then after this, I'm gonna eat some dinner and then try to unwind. I have to finish editing my YouTube video tonight for tomorrow. So I don't even think I'm gonna be able to have time to unwind because I go to bed early like a grandpa. So my days all work, work, work all day long. You know what I mean? So I ain't got no time to be trying to add voiceover. You know what I mean? Like I barely got enough time to edit clips, which are
Right.
already as edited as I can make them from the jump.
But guys, I promise you, I'm working with Marcus here to get his editing more efficient. I promise y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get
Real
his
soon,
workflow
guys.
right.
I'll have a new computer.
But also, I just want to say really quick, Sonny, I've been slacking on watching your videos, and I apologize. I need to watch more Sonny stuff. I really do. I really do.
Sonny's trying to get those last few. How many more hours do you need, Sonny? I know he's got 1,500 subscribers. He's trying to get those last few 100 hours.
Cool, man. Well, I hope to be part of that. I hope to be part
That's
of
a
that.
full day, Marcus. You're
Yeah, I
grinding
mean,
like a
like
boss. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Marcus's workload, like that. Yeah, that's easily a full day every day. I mean,
Yeah,
it's crazy how much time that actually takes
from to
to
I
list
just
that
don't
many
talk at
items.
all. Yeah, so and that's the thing, man. Like the faster that I get, the easier it gets, the quicker I can get done. But the thing is I'm always adding a listing every 2 weeks. I go up
Right,
another listing, so my day doesn't get much shorter as I'm getting faster because I'm adding more to the workload. So
right.
when I get to that moment where I plateau and I stop adding listings, and I'm going to 40 a day. That's where I'm going to stop at, and then I'm just going to ride that out for a little while. And once I get there, then I'll be able to start really gaining traction and narrowing down my processes, eliminate what's taking too long, and really just streamline it. So after that,
Yeah.
I'll probably start having more time to do extra things. But as of right now, it can be a very very full day.
Do
So
you think? Do
especially
you
if I
think
stop
that?
and do like I went to lunch with a friend earlier today, like and we
Yeah.
sat there for about an hour. That's a whole hour of time that I killed. Then I went to the thrift store and bought some shoes and spent time with my brother today. That was a whole nother hour out of my day, or else I'd have probably been done around 4.
Right. Right. So, but do you think that you're gonna streamline? I mean, I would have to think that you're already listing a crazy amount a day, in my opinion. But like
Right.
for one person anyway. Do
Mm.
you think that you're gonna be able to figure out what the what the max time is for like efficiency before 40 items a day? Because I imagine you would figure that out, right? Like
Well,
I don't.
this is the thing. I was doing it one way for so long, right? And then I switched over a couple of months ago to doing the photos and then listing directly from a
Yes.
computer. So that's
Right.
already, taking time to get used to. And then
Okay.
I went from listing at my house where I stayed with my ex, and then now I'm listing in a storage unit. So
That's right.
everything keeps changing continually. And then I
Yes.
don't list in the storage unit. I take all the photos, I do my packing and shipping, I do my organization and everything else on the back end, and then I
Right.
go to the post office and then come home and list from home. Because
Gotcha.
I got a
Gotcha.
better
Okay.
Wi-Fi connection. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
trying to figure out the process, and I've only been doing it this way for a few weeks now. So
Okay.
I feel
So
like
you'll
I'll narrow it down. Once I get used to this process, I'll start chopping things off that don't need to be that way, or changing this and tweaking that, and I'll get it
Yeah,
streamlined.
yeah, for
So
sure, for sure. I mean, what's the number per day that you think before you hire an employee, one employee?
it'll probably be a while, man. I probably won't hire an employee until I'm shipping so much that it's stopping me from getting my listing done in a reasonable amount of time. And
Yeah.
when I do hire somebody, I'll hire them to do shipping. You know,
Okay.
reasonably, if I was going to hire somebody, I'd want them to be able to help me double my output. So if I'm doing 40 a day, I'd want to be able to at least do 80 per day. But I feel like if I'm going to make a hire, I got to be well into like the hundreds a day listing, like 100, 150 items a day going up. Because in order for me to pay that person's salary and to be able to buy the inventory that it's going to take for that and to have a space for this person to work in, I'm going to need to upgrade
Right.
everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at 30, 40 a day, that's not nowhere near enough to be able to hire an employee because I live off my money too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it would have to be a substantial increase going up. And in order for me to hire someone, I'd have to streamline my processes enough to where I can expect them to do half of what I can do at my max capacity. So
No,
if
that's
I'm putting up
that's
40,
yeah.
I'd want them to be at least to do 20, in a day. And
Right.
that's just, numbers I'm throwing out. But ideally it'd probably be like 100, 150 going up if I was to hire somebody.
Well, I think that's interesting that you said that you would want them to be a shipper. Like I would feel
Yeah,
like, well, I guess it kind of makes more sense though because
it's the
shipping takes
easiest thing
less.
to
It's
do.
yeah, it's easiest to do. Yeah, I guess that makes more sense.
And this is the thing though, I can't expect a newbie to come in and know all the item specifics and all this and all that like I do, right? I
Yeah,
can't expect the
that's
newbie
true.
to price things accordingly without doing a ton of research that people get bogged down with doing when you first get started
Yeah,
reselling. So
yeah.
I prefer them to do something that doesn't take any thinking. All you do is pack this, make sure the weight's right, and press
Right.
the print button, slap a label on there. You know what I mean? And once you get
Yep.
that down, I can teach you how to do listings, slowly, but surely. But I would want you to do one listing from start to finish the way that I do it. So it would take some time, and I have to find somebody because eBay's not for everybody. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
grind, and if you can't follow directions, or if you want to say, well, why don't you do it this way? I'm not hiring you to do it that way. I'm hiring you to do it the way that I do it because this is the way I want my stuff done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's going to take a lot of looking, even if I do consider hiring somebody anytime soon, because people always, and don't get me wrong, if the feedback is going to make my job easier, I'm all for it. But if you want to change something, or if you want to make a suggestion that's not going to help, then you're wasting both of our time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is
So
fair. That is fair.
Hillary says new video idea, satisfying sourcing video with chill step music, no talking needed. Resellers will love it. I've done that before. And then I just like turn the volume down and chime in whenever I had something interesting to say. Um, those videos didn't do very well for me, but at the time my channel was extremely small, which I mean, I don't have a huge channel yet, but it was a lot smaller, like 200 subscribers. Like, wasn't nobody watching my videos at 200 subs,
I feel like
like
the model
literally.
does work for some channels. It's not for me personally. I
Yeah,
as a viewer and as a content creator, I gotta talk. I have to
yeah,
like, the only times you don't hear me talking is, again, like I said earlier, if I'm reading the vibes of the room, if I'm reading the room and like
right,
it just doesn't feel right to be talking into my camera, like then I
yeah,
just won't. You know.
right. That
Um,
makes sense.
or if I'm like thinking about like the math on like how much profit am I gonna make here, how much
Yeah,
time
you
is it
don't
gonna
want to say
take
that
me.
out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this thing for $2, but make 250 off of it at this
but
yard
it's
sale. And they're
but
sitting
it's
over
gonna
there like,
take
"You gonna do
me.
what?"
No, I mean,
Yeah,
listen, if people ask me like what I'm gonna do with a certain item, like I'll just be honest with them. I'll be like, yeah, I mean, I can make money on this on eBay or whatever, and like I've never had no one be like, oh, I'm taking that item back, So, but that'll be the day. I'm sure it'll happen.
right.
I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
happen at
that's
some
happened to me
point.
at the bin store, like at the Amazon bin store. Like the
Really?
lady's like, that's not even supposed to be out here. Give me that. And I'm like, man, you
Oh,
can't take this from me. It was out here. It's in my cart. I want to buy this.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
like, it's not even supposed to be out here.
yeah. Oh
Uh,
no, I did have
Getting
that happen to
thrifty says, what's
me.
good, bro? Hardest part.
I did
Good.
have that happen to me at Goodwill with a video game case. It didn't have the game in the
Hmm.
case, and so I just straight up asked
Right.
one of the employees, "Yo, can I still buy this? I just want the case because the case alone is still valuable." And
Yeah.
the
They're like,
person
no,
was just like, "Nope, we can't sell anything
nah,
without the
bro.
disc," and just snatched it out of my hand. I was just like,
Yeah.
uh,
That's crazy. It's just like that
so
computer that you gave
wild.
Kristen. They took it from her and said
Yeah,
she couldn't buy it. Like,
yeah. Like,
what
what
do
are
you
you?
even have it out here for?
Like, first of all, how do you know that the people that owned it before didn't reformat the hard drive before they donated it?
Right,
Like,
right.
most people would do that. They would reformat the
You
hard drive
think,
so none of their personal information is on there.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, that was kind of sketchy. I didn't like how they handled that.
yeah. That's
So,
that's our bins for you though.
yeah, they fluctuate so much on like different little rules, like
Right.
I don't know, man. We shouldn't complain too much because, like, let's be
No,
real.
because we
I
got it
mean, that's
made in a
our
lot of areas.
we got it made, bro.
Yeah.
Our bins are
So
good. So, we're
whatever
not
you
gonna
say,
stunt.
aye.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not gonna
exactly.
stunt, like
Mm. So
oh man.
getting thrifty says, what's good, bro? Hardest part is training people to do it your way and not deviate. Exactly. Um, and it's like that with any job though. You go there, you do the job the way
Yeah.
they're telling you to do it, and input output.
Yeah. Well, I
Gibby
think
was
with
watching my videos at 200 subs. Yes, you were. You were one of
hey,
the originators.
that's an OG right
Appreciate it.
there. Hillary
Yeah,
was
definitely.
probably watching ours at 200 for sure.
Hillary
Maybe even
didn't start
prior to.
following me until we started doing videos together. But now
Yes,
she's like a
facts.
ride or die. So I appreciate you, Hillary. Definitely.
Facts.
Uh,
We need like a
yeah,
ride
man,
or
I've
die
got,
sticker in the chat, like
yeah, definitely.
actually it would be kind
Yeah.
of cool. It would be kind of cool to do like a limited sticker that was like a ride or die sticker
Yeah.
that you only sent to like
Yeah.
your OG subscribers.
Your OG
That's a cool
subs,
idea.
definitely. That is a
That'd be a
cool
cool
idea,
idea.
man.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Steal that
man.
idea, guys. You're welcome.
Yeah,
If you make content.
definitely. There's quite a few content creators that watch. I'm sure they watch your content too. Uh, so yeah, guys, feel free to
Yeah, I mean
utilize that genius idea.
I
Yeah,
mean
so what do you got
it's
coming up? What do you got coming up tomorrow for your video? You're not doing the
uh
video you were talking about earlier, right?
right, no, 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 no. That's yeah,
Okay,
that's already been recorded. But as
yeah,
far
he's talking
as
about that.
are you talking about recording tomorrow?
Yeah. Either
Yeah.
way, I know you're going to film something tomorrow because you're doing daily content right now.
Yes, yeah, we are doing daily videos right now, all the way up until 200 total videos. But yeah,
How
so
many more you got?
I think so today I recorded a video and a half, and that was
Okay,
190. The last part of 192 and 193. So
okay,
tomorrow we'll start
you're getting close.
194. Yeah, getting
Nice.
close, getting close. But we will be switching it up and going to the St. Vincent de Paul bins.
Okay,
And then what is really cool is because they open early at St. Vincent de Paul, it gives me enough time to go over
to go to both.
to go to Goodwill at the Bridgeton location.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do something for the miniseries or for just general resell or both.
right.
We'll see. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So
Hillary
yeah,
says
that'll
I
be
found computers, tablets, and game consoles at the thrift that still had people's personal information. So I understand Goodwill not wanting to sell stuff for that reason. Yeah, that makes sense. You would
yeah.
think though that people would be. I guess you can't expect everyone to know how to do that though.
Well, that's also if maybe for some reason it was out of their possession when it got donated.
Yeah, or
Like
some crackhead came and stole it.
I was gonna say if it was like a stolen item, if it
Yeah,
was somebody had passed away maybe or
right, right.
whatever that may be. I mean,
Yep,
there's a multitude of
definitely.
reasons, but I still found it like weird that like Goodwill doesn't take. I mean, I bought tablets. They're not like
Yeah,
snatching tablets out of people.
yeah,
Like
right.
so that could easily have like somebody's or like a Kindle. Like a
Yeah,
Kindle can store credit card information, right? Like you
yeah. And
know,
I've bought phones from the Goodwill bins, like cell phones.
yeah,
That stopped
yeah.
me from buying
Phone
that. I'm
numbers, emails.
sure there's all types of stuff in there I ain't supposed to be seeing.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
is what
Yeah,
it
I
is,
don't know.
man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
again,
man.
we got it good.
Right,
We can't
definitely.
complain.
I'm gonna just buy what I'm gonna buy what they let me. Expecting people to erase their personal info off electronics is like expecting people to read descriptions. Right. That's
I mean,
definitely
it is
true.
very similar. It's very
Yeah.
similar. You're not wrong.
People don't want to do the work in any aspect of life nowadays. Instant gratification nation, man. Like for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we are at the end of our hour. I have a video coming out 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate it if you guys check that thing out. Um, I think it's a decent one. I found some pretty good stuff, but the real banger's coming up next week, so or on Monday. So watch both of them. Subscribe if you want to. You know,
Well,
Ray,
does
you
the
got a
next
video coming out tomorrow, 7 o'clock too, huh?
Yes, I will. Does the next video have the Brooks and Dunn's banger?
No, that's the following video.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, stay
Yeah,
tuned
yeah,
for that,
yeah,
y'all. I
yeah.
guess, well, the cat's out of the bag if you follow Marcus on Instagram, which you already should be anyway.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's good. It's good.
yeah, man. Definitely. And I didn't even see it coming, bro. Like I grabbed it and I threw it in the cart, and I was just like, it's just a cool looking hat. You know what I mean? Never
Yeah,
did I imagine it would be worth that much money, man. So
I love when
definitely,
that happens.
yeah, that paid for the whole day's worth of thrifting. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
just one trip, the whole day worth. Yeah,
heck
so,
yeah.
uh, yeah, thanks, Sonny. Appreciate it, my dude.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for
Super
hanging out
fun
tonight.
chat tonight. Thanks, Hillary. Appreciate it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
if you guys are catching this on the replay, make sure you go and follow both of our channels. The link will be in the description. I'll make sure to do that. I always say that and then I forget to do that, but I'll make sure I do
same.
it tonight. If not, I'll pin the comment in the comment section. That way you guys go follow Ray on his channel and give us a comment or a like or a share or something. Let us know that you guys watched it. And that's gonna do it for this one, guys.
Yeah,
Catch you guys
it's
next
been fun.
week on
Yeah,
Ray's
yeah, yeah. We'll
channel.
see.
Good
Same
game
time,
grabs.
same day. Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir. You
we'll see you
know it.
guys then.
All right, bro.